Moving on really quickly, that is the way we advise you to go. Hey, sasa tuingie story ingine. Because Kenyans have audacity, I think. Kenyans, I feel like Facebook is old people Twitter.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like all the vileness of Twitter with people being negative usually is shown by old people on Facebook. And for me, that's why I never even set foot on Facebook or on Twitter. But these are just my preferences. And it seems that you have shocked and bewildered one very interesting lady who goes by the name of Anita Santuri. She is a presenter, a radio presenter, an events planner, a content media a creative and all of that. And so she has come out and said, y'all are going too far. She says, someone went on Facebook and asked a silly question. And this is what she responded with. She said, so pale Facebook, someone asked me if my son ni mwenda wazimu because of how he laughs. Let me explain, because I took it like he didn't have information, or he or she was just being a bully, with which is okay. She actually went on to explain that her son has cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and microcephaly. You can imagine all of these issues on one child, yeah? And pictures of him are very, very what's the word? They are like the picture of what you see people with cerebral palsy and all of these epileptic issues. That's kind of how they usually look. And unfortunately, because of how they act, how they laugh, and how they react, oftentimes people just go to the point of like, hey, I'm a cheesy. In fact, back in the day, when you'd see like a kid looking like that or an older person who looked like that, what would you always say? We anakwanga mwenda wazimu. So I get the prejudice and I get the misinformation. However, she continued to actually say that he expresses his emotions, he has the best contagious laughs, and he requires more than one person to be around him at all times, but that's just what you get with that child. She was actually very clear to say that he's a very normal child. He'll be out there playing with other children. Like, he's a normal kid, only he has these things like he will have epileptic fits every so often, and he will lash out every so often. But this is what she finalized by saying, I wish people could be a little bit kind too. I will not hide Jude because of the bullies or people who are not comfortable seeing him like this or seeing him. He's ours. Let us all embrace people who are different.
True.
And to be entirely honest, I completely get it. As we've said, it's usually when you see someone who looks like that, automatically in your mind, because of all the prejudices and all of the just all the conditioning that is in us, you just want to think one thing about this person. If someone laughs in a way that isn't to you normal, you kind of just assume that they are struggling mentally or they have mental health issues. But oftentimes kids are just born like that. True. Autistic children, we've seen them being bullied multiple times to the point where their parents would rather homeschool them and just seclude them from the outside world. But this kid is going to grow up and they will need to have coping mechanisms. So what do? Expose them to as much as you can and protect them as much as you can. And imagine, I keep telling people to remember when you're having your own children, these things could happen. They have one kid who's perfectly fine, and then the other kid was born with a few things here and there that weren't perfectly okay. What do? Do you just throw away the baby with the bathwater? Of course not. You accept this child and you fight for them, because that is your role as a parent, to love them and be there for them, right? But I can imagine how tough it is, because you know, you don't post your kid and then you suddenly post them and everyone is just going like, eh, mtu wako anakaaje, ama something weird like that.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't post pictures like that. People are mean. Y'all people are mean.
I feel when it comes to children, whatever thing you had, whatever preconceived notion you have had about anything, keep it to yourself. Even if you see something, as in, just be quiet, because the effort it takes to type out a whole sentence invading someone's privacy, I feel like sometimes it's usually on purpose, just to jar you, just to, you know, make you feel some type of way. And if that is your thought process, you're very wrong in the head, because what was the reason?
You're the
There's
problem.
absolutely no reason for you to be talking about how a child looks, what a child is doing, unless they're in danger and you need to shout for help, as in, Mama Nani, look at your child is going on the road. You have absolutely no reason to be calling out anything on a child's life, especially physical appearance. As in, guys, let us do better. But unfortunately, social media gives us this, you know, anonymity. I can say anything, I can do anything. I can assure you, you won't beat me. You know, you don't know where I live. You won't pull up on me, and that's unfortunate. I feel like for every negative comment somebody makes, it should come with your location, exact location, so I can pull up and you tell it in my face. And that's the thing with these cowards. They will never say it in your face, but they'll be very brave behind that
If you want to
keyboard.
speak to me, speak to me
direct,
direct.
okay? You know, so unfortunate. Grown adults, because you have to be very old to be using Facebook, you know.
Right? I'm telling you, this is
You're
old
a
people.
whole adult.
It shows your ignorance.
Woosa, woosa, woosa.